Why is
school grade paper, or like a middle school grade paper on that particular battle. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was the worst one in Georgia as far as casualties, right?
Yeah, it was a very big battle. Yeah, I think so. Well, Missionary Ridge was in. Is Missionary Ridge in Tennessee or in Georgia?
I think it might be in Tennessee. Hold on, I'm looking.
Tennessee. Yeah.
Yeah, Tennessee.
Oh, yeah. I think Chickamauga might have been the largest battle in terms of casualties in Tennessee, in Georgia. But the Confederates sustained more casualties than the Union did, which in no circumstance works in the Confederates' favor because the Union substantially outnumbered the Confederates in the war. They had to achieve not just parity, but disproportionate results, and they failed to do that over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Braxton Bragg was probably one of the worst generals in world history. So
it's kind of ironic, right?
It is shocking that anybody considered him for the name of the Bulls.
So, Nemo.
Yep.
I don't know if this is something Little Mustache Man said, but I am curious if you know, and maybe Wisco would know too. Did he ever talk about if he doesn't win, there will be no more Germany?
I don't know, actually.
No, I think his whole thing was when we win, there will be 1,000-year right? I mean, his whole thing was Germany today, Germany tomorrow, Germany forever. Not there will be no more.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure because basically, it was a parliamentary system, right? And so, like, the Yahtzees got, 33% overall of, parliament, but that was enough for them to get control. And I don't know what Hitler's deal was between, I think it was it 1932 or 33, the election? I think it was 33. The 33 election, and then when he was made chancellor, because it was very shortly after that. So I don't know when he started doing the whole, crazy ass 1,000-year Reich shit. I don't know if he did that out the gate. Because I know he tried to do that with some of the the anti-Semitic stuff, basically the stuff that's in Mein Kampf. He tried saying that early on before, or I think after he had been made chancellor. Initially, he tried doing that. He tried putting that in his speeches, but it wasn't well received, and so he tamped that down for a couple years. I don't know, but that weird in-between period, I'm not sure.
Gotcha. I figured it sounds like something, because I know how much Trump loves to quote him, and I know that he talked about, making Germany great again, and all of the talking points, and I know that's one of Trump's specialties is saying, if we don't win, we're not going to have a country anymore. So I figured it was worth the ask.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I'm not sure.
I mean, if we have any Trump supporters that want to come up here and tell us all about Trump, please do so. Wisco would love to know all about Trump. He is thinking about voting for him, and I think that you should probably try to convince him.
I take that as slander. Defamation of the most repugnant sort.
It's because I love you, Isco.
I'm going to retain Barrister as my lawyer, I think.
Darren said he's going to change his screen name to Propagander, which I think is awesome.
Don't do it.
Plugger thinks he can tell us all about Trump.
I know how much Slugger loves Trump. I don't think we need to convince Slugger to vote for Trump. I think he's already voting for Trump. I don't understand. We had a few like really ardent supporters of Trump, I'll say, in the comments, and they left. I don't know why. I did see those signs, Star. So he's had those signs at his rallies for the last few rallies. The "You're Fired." Have you seen the "You're Fired" signs, like right behind JD Vance and Trump, Wisco?
No.
It's so they did not think this one out. It just in big bold letters says "You're fired" right behind him, and in smaller lettering above that.
Yes, now I know what you're talking about. Yes, where it says like Kamala in really small letters, but he's like the crowd is blocking it, so you can't even see it. It just says "You're fired." Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
There was another one that was basically this similar thing where JD Vance, the sign behind him, it was like Kamala and then something underneath, I don't know what. I can't remember what it was, but it's basically the same sentiment. And the problem was that the sign, the lower half was blocked out by most of the people that were behind JD Vance when he was giving the speech. So it really just looks like JD Vance is sitting there stumping at a rally for Kamala. That's the only part that you see is the name Kamala. So Hobo asks, what do I think of British people? I don't know what you mean. I mean, my ex-wife, British. But, I mean, I enjoyed my time over there for the most part. I think my humor meshes with British people more. They're all about that dry sarcasm.
He went to someone's profile and tried to get something on them to get them riled. Weird, right?
I'm just reading a list of Civil War battles ranked by casualties as a percentage of strength. Now that you've mentioned it, now I've got to refresh my mind.
Number 1 is Gettysburg. Number 2,
Lee lost 40% of his army at Gettysburg. That was an epic disaster.
yeah. So number 1 is Chickamauga. Number 2.
Chickamauga is number 2.
Hey.
But not as a percentage of casualties lost. It's the largest in total casualties.
Okay. Hello, Victor.
I knew you two would bond over weird Civil War-y stuff. Del Taco?
I have Civil War history. What Civil War history do you have? Yep. I was just reading the comment.
I wonder if he has like an artifact or something.
That would be cool. My grandfather on my mom's side had a Civil War, but my uncle got it upon his passing, and then he passed it to one of his kids, and they sold it.
What was it?
He was so mad at it. But that happens, I guess. So, they live on.
This one's gold.
Yeah, I think my mom said, this is when I was a kid, I think my mom said that my I think it's great uncle, something like that. He was like a Confederate that was unalive in I think it was the Battle of the Clouds or the Battle Above the Clouds in Georgia. I think that's what it was called. It was on top of a mountain. I think it's called like the Battle Above the Clouds or something like that. I don't know the dude's name, but whatever.
Oh,
Well,
are you guys going to look out?
Doug Gap?
Look out.
Hello?
Yes.
welcome,
Hey.
Average Joe. Do you
Hey,
happen to be a
I'm
Trump
Joe.
supporter?
What's that?
Do you happen to be a Trump supporter?
No, I am not. I watch you
Okay.
guys a lot, and I like everything you're doing. I really like everything you're saying. I agree completely with almost everything you guys say. John, you need to get out there and vote. But I was basically just saying, I'm named after my great grandfather is Joseph Johnston, the 4-star general for the Confederate Army, and I currently now live in Savannah, and I work at St. John's Episcopal Church, and we own the house next door. The Green Meldrum House is where Sherman's headquarters were when he was staying here in Savannah.
Oh, cool.
So, that's my little bit of Civil War history. That's all.
I don't have anybody in my genealogy that was particularly high ranking, but I do have a lot of people who served during the Civil War, all in the Union, and a lot of them in the Vermont regiments, which is why I am obsessed with them.
Okay, well, I guess I'm kind of on the complete opposite end of that, being one of the head guys on the Confederate side. But I think I'd say that his viewpoints and mine are maybe a little bit different.
I hope so.
But no, I just, that was really all I had to say. Amanda, I really like your stance on everything. I think you guys are some really smart people. I really enjoy listening to what you have to say, and
Left
I'm
is
going to
smart,
be
man.
voting for Kamala and Waltz with everything I have. I'm so excited about this election, and I haven't been in a long time. And,
You live in Georgia,
you
right?
know, it's great. I love it.
What state are you?
I'm in Georgia. I'm in Savannah.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. We're going to be important, man. I'm also in Georgia. We're going to be one of the big ones.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
If you're really enthusiastic and you really mean to get out the vote with all you can, you got to talk to, your local party organizer and, get a shift, just one shift knocking on doors, putting out door hangers.
Believe me, we are. I'm doing it tomorrow with an Oakland t-shirt on.
Joe, you said you liked Amanda. Were you
Yeah.
aware that she served 10 years for unaliving a man just for snoring?
No, I knew that she was in the military. I didn't know anything about snoring, but I don't snore, so I'm not worried. And I'm not going to be sleeping around Amanda, so...
I mean,
Please
he
don't
got what's
unalive
coming.
me if I fall asleep around you. Is that
I won't.
okay,
He got
thank
what
you.
was coming.
I guess so.
Okay, is that seriously, or is that true, or you like
No.
kidding me, or like were you discharged or what? Or
Yeah, no, I was.
but also, what happened to your arm? What was that thing?
He
Didn't you
fought
have, like, a
back.
brace?
Fuck back.
I had dislocated my shoulder.
Oh, okay. Someone on here is telling me not to tell anybody where I work. Okay, well, that word's out. I work at a church.
Oh, stop it!
But mainly, I do historical restoration and preservation. I'm a carpenter.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know.
I know a guy who lives down in that area who does that sort of thing. So, well, I'm not going to dox him, and I don't want to dox you. So, I'm not going to say his name. But
Yeah, no, I wasn't asking.
I mean, you got no shortage of work in Savannah, dear.
No, not by any
churches.
means. Not by any means.
Churches.
The church that I currently work for was built in 1855. It's a huge old church down there. It's beautiful. It's called St. John's Episcopal. If you want to look it up and have a look at it, it's a gorgeous church.
his specialty is buying houses and then tearing out all the vinyl flooring and linoleum and asbestos and all that stuff, and replacing it with like a proper wood parquet and all the woodwork and all the
Well, they pay so much money around here for that stuff because there's so much stuff that isn't made anymore. So stuff that's torn out of houses, there's warehouses that people go and pay extreme amounts. Some of the bricks from the street sell from like $5 a piece sometimes. Like
in Milwaukee, anybody who's from Wisconsin knows that Milwaukee used to be called the Cream City, and people think that it's based on dairy and because Wisconsin and cheese and stuff, but it's actually because of the color of the bricks that were fired in the area, making a very cream colored brick for a lot of the industrial buildings.
Oh, you guys scared off a Trumper.
wow, we've got
Jaden?
Savannah gray bricks.
Jaden, if you could come back, please.
We'll tell the nerds to shut up. Come back, Jason.
I'll tell more stories about Amanda that are true, where she's served jail time.
To be fair,
Where she served jail time.
he came up after we were talking about the Civil War. I can talk more about that.
Oh, no, he came up because
I
I
had to write a
invited him.
bunch of book reports about it. It was an easy one. I always had a subject, so.
Well, he
And people
came up
constantly
because
sending me books.
he was saying Trump 2024 in the comments, and I invited him.
Oh. Well,
He says he didn't request. Yeah. So, Jaden, the way that I know you have like 24,000 people that follow you, so I would hope that you know how TikTok works by now.
Maybe you misclicked.
Maybe.
I've had your little invite thing pop up, and I accidentally click on it, and I've been brought up here when I was meant to lurk instead of